Okay, now let us see how we can apply the generalized heat conduction equation to solve the variety of the problems. If I write the generalized heat conduction equation, so this is d2t by dx square plus del 2t by del y square plus del 2t by del z square plus qg by k is equal to 1 upon alpha del t by del tau. Now this is that equation which we already have seen, the generalized heat conduction equation in the Cartesian coordinate. In the three direction x, y and the z, there is internal heat generation which is Qg and there is a thermal diffusivity alpha. Okay. Now if I take some assumptions like I need to reduce this equation for steady state analysis. Second, I need to reduce this equation for one dimensional analysis. And third, I need to reduce this equation as there is no internal heat generation, that is Qg is equal to 0. Now, if I need to reduce this equation considering these three assumptions, I need to put, if I consider steady state, I can put this as equal to 0. If I need to consider this is one dimensional, I will consider there is only x direction, so there will be only x direction. This y direction heat transfer will be 0, z direction heat transfer will be equal to 0. If there is no internal heat generation, then I need to put this Qg by k is equal to 0. Now, the equation reduced to del 2t by del x square is equal to 0. And this becomes the equation for this condition. This is now the equation. Now we will see how we can use this equation to solve the variety of the problems. Okay. To solve the first problem, I will consider say a plane wall. Consider this as a plane wall having thickness, say thickness is L. I will consider there is a temperature T1 at one surface, temperature T2 at another surface. If K is the thermal conductivity of material and there is no internal heat generation inside the material. Okay. If I consider this for steady state analysis, I have the equation. The temperature dependency is only according to the thickness, means it is one dimension again. So I can write d2t by dx square. This is equal to 0. Now my objective is to find what is the temperature profile. Means very first I need to find what is the temperature distribution in the plane wall. Secondly, I need to find what is the heat transfer rate, and third, I need to find that temperature at any location. Temperature at any location. This is nothing but the same, the temperature distribution. It means I need to find the temperature profile. Is the temperature profile is something like this? Is the temperature profile is something like this? That I need to find out. Okay. So for that I need to solve the equation. If I solve this equation, I will get dt by dx is equal to c1. If I again take the integration, this becomes t is equal to c1x plus c2, and this becomes the generalized equation. This generalized equation is nothing but a linear equation. It means that the temperature distribution in this plane wall is the linear temperature distribution. Now this is clear. Okay. Now, if this is linear temperature distribution, this curve is correct. If I draw again one more solution to this generalized equation, this is again linear and this solution is also correct. If I draw this solution is also correct. Means this generalized equation have the three different solutions, right? Or there will be n number of different solutions. But now I need to find a specific solution. So for that specific solution, I need to put the specific boundary condition. For example, if I am considering this as a temperature T1, if I am considering this as a temperature T2, then this becomes the specific solution that For the plane wall having temperature T1 at one end, having temperature T2 at one end, the temperature distribution will be linear temperature distribution, and it is something like this. Now, for this specific condition, this is wrong, these are not the temperature distribution in the plane wall, because I am putting the specific boundary condition T1 and T2. Okay. So now we will solve this for the boundary condition. Now for boundary condition, I will consider this as a positive direction of x-axis. X is equal to 0, x is equal to L. So the boundary conditions become at x is equal to 0, T is equal to T1. At x is equal to L, P is equal to T2. If I put the first boundary condition in the equation, I will get T is equal to, so this becomes the T1 is equal to C1 into 0 plus C2. So this clearly gives C2 is equal to T1. So this becomes the equation. If I put the second boundary condition in the equation, I will get T is equal to T2, C1 into X, X is now L, plus C2. So C2 is T1, so I need to replace this also. So T2 is equal to C1L plus T1. It means that C1 is equal to T2 minus T1 divided by L. So this becomes C1, right? After that, I can modify this general equation like, if I put both the constant value here, T is equal to C1. What is the value of C1 now? C1 is T2 minus T1 divided by L of X plus C2. C2 is T1. Right. Now this becomes the generalized generalized temperature distribution in the plane slab. Right. So if I rearrange the equation like T minus T1 divided by X will give me T2 minus T1 divided by L. Again, if I modify T minus T1, T2 minus T1 will become X by L. So this is the equation, and this equation we called as a temperature distribution in plane wall. Temperature distribution in plane wall. Right. Before we see the utility of this equation, we will first find out what is the rate of heat transfer Q. In this case, so Q is equal to minus K into area into dt by dx. Okay, so this become minus K into area. If you could recall the equation, the dt by dx was C1, so that dt by dx was C1. And what is the value of C1? It is nothing but this one, T2 minus T1. So I can modify the equation K into A. So this becomes T2 minus T1 divided by L. So equation become Q is equal to minus K into A into T2 minus T1 divided by L. If I remove this negative sign, I will get Q is equal to K into area into T1 minus T2 divided by L. So this becomes the equation to find what is the rate of heat transfer in the given slab. Okay. Now let us see one more way to solve the same equation, to derive this equation from the Fourier's law of heat conduction. Okay. Now suppose I have this Fourier's law of heat conduction. Q is equal to minus K dt by dx. I will again redraw. X is equal to 0, X is equal to L, T is equal to T1, T is equal to T2. Now suppose I am interested to find what is the temperature somewhere at a distance x. Okay, I will write this temperature as a T. Okay, so I am interested to find what is the temperature at the location x. So for that I will rearrange the equation. Q into dx is equal to minus K into A into dt. I will consider this as a constant. I will consider this as a constant. and if I integrate this q into dx is equal to minus k into a into integration dt. What will be the limit of this integration? I am interested now from this thing. Means from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to x. Okay. That's why I will put x is equal to 0 to x is equal to x. Similarly, at x is equal to 0, temperature was T1. At x is equal to x, the temperature was T. Right. So if I solve this, q into x is equal to minus k into a. This becomes T. Upper limit is T, lower limit is T1. So this becomes minus K into area, upper limit minus lower limit, and this becomes Q. If I rearrange the equation, so I will get the equation Q is equal to minus K into A, T minus T1 by X. This becomes the equation, this is my equation number 1. Okay. Now, the same equation I will modify. Now instead of this x, I will put x is equal to L in the equation. So equations become Q into L is equal to minus K into area into, instead of now T minus T1, it will be at x is equal to x. So this become T2 minus T. Okay. So these equations become Q is equal to minus K into A T2 minus T1 divided by L. So this become another equation. This is your equation number 2. Now I will equate both the equations. Now I will equate both the equations, equation 1 and equation number 2. So equation number 1 was minus K into A T minus T1 divided by X is equal to minus K into A T2 minus T1 divided by L. So this cancels out, this cancels out. I will get T minus T1 by X is equal to T2 minus T1 by L. Okay. Now again, if I rearrange like this, T minus T1 divided by T2 minus T1 is equal to X by L. Now you observe, I am getting the similar equation. Right. So you have the two ways to solve this problem. Either you start the problem with the Fourier's law of heat conduction, or you can start the problem with the Cartesian coordinate system, that multidimensional heat transfer, del 2T by del x square, generalized heat conduction equation, and you can reduce the equation to the assumption. While solving this problem, you need to take care of few things. Very first thing, the assumption. The first assumption is it's a steady state analysis. Second assumption, it's a one-dimensional analysis. And the third assumption, there is no internal heat generation. Okay. Now, I will tell you how we can use this equation in actual practice. Okay. Now, suppose there is one problem. Problem is given something like one plain wall, like this, which is made up of, say, material, say concrete material, I will say. Okay, so plain wall, something like this. Having the thickness, say 10 centimeter, made up of the material, say K is equal to some finite value, say I will consider as say 20 watt per meter degree Celsius. Okay. The inside temperature or T1 is some finite value, say 100 degrees Celsius. Outside temperature, say T2, say 80 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now, in this problem, you need to calculate, number 1, what is the rate of heat transfer? Rate Q. Second, you need to calculate the temperature distribution. Third, if suppose I am interested to find at some location, say at this location, this is say 5 centimeters. What is the temperature in the wall at x is equal to 5 centimeters? That I am interested to calculate. Okay. So for that, these equations will be useful. The rate of heat transfer can be calculated by using again your Fourier's law of heat conduction minus Ka dt by dx. Okay, and that you know what is that dt by dx. So Q is equal to minus K into T2 minus T1 divided by L. Okay, so if you put this, you will get the rate of heat transfer. Second is the temperature distribution. So this is nothing but your temperature distribution. You put the values of the temperature T1, T2 and L, you will get the temperature distribution in terms of T as Tx. So this becomes your temperature distribution. Third thing, you need to calculate what is the temperature at x is equal to 5. For that, the same equation you need to use. This equation you can use. You need to calculate what is the temperature at 5, so that you need to calculate. You have the value of T1, 100. You have the value of T1, that is 100. You have the value of T2, that is 80. Again, you have the value of T1, that is 100. This x is nothing but your 5 centimeter, where you need to find the temperature, and this L is nothing but the 10 centimeter. So you have all the values except this value of the T1. So this is unknown temperature you can calculate, right? So this is what you can use the Fourier's law of heat conduction to solve the problem in the steady state heat transfer analysis in case of the plane wall. Okay. Now I will give you one small exercise. Take some time and you try to find it out. You can take a plane wall like this. You take the generalized value as the T1 and the T2 and you try to derive the equation in the same way as I have derived. Then you can put this in the Excel. Okay. If you Microsoft Excel, make the columns like this. Put the value of T1, put the value of T2, then put what is the value of L, then what is required, what is the value of X. Okay. And for the plane wall, you can take these different values, right? And you can calculate what could be the temperature. Okay. T1, T2, Lx, and if you want to find the temperature, what could be the temperature at a different value of x. So these value will be constant. Say for example 100, 100, 100. These values will be 80, 80, and 80. This value will be again constant like 10 centimeter, 10 centimeter, and 10 centimeter. The value of x I am changing. Say I am interested to find 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter, and so on. So based on that, I will get the different values of the temperature. Right. Now, if you try to plot these values, on the graph paper, you will get Tx. You need to plot the different values of T. So very first value will be 100 degrees Celsius at, I will take x is equal to 0. So this value will be 100. Then somewhere here, if this is x is equal to L, say 10 centimeter. So this value is say 80 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now when you plot all this value on the graph paper, you will get something like this, the temperature profile. And this is what we called as the temperature distribution in the plane wall. Okay. So this is a small exercise I am giving to you. You try to finish this exercise also. So you will enjoy that what exactly the linear temperature profile and how we can evaluate the temperatures. Okay. Fine.